support one cause, bringing our jobs home from overseas, for middle-class Americans, for working-class Americans. We need more good-paying union jobs in this country. It can be done. We're going to talk about the ways it can be done today. We have several speakers today, but I want to introduce the person who's made this whole cause possible. He's put the time and effort into it. He's one of the founders of Bring Our Jobs Home. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Spotorno.
Good afternoon. First of all, I just want to say, it's a great day to start something big. There are those who say that we're on an incline, a rebound. It's a canard. First of all, we have to stop the flow of jobs overseas. We must put this country first before the interests and needs of our corporate greed. We need the right for every American who wants to have a good paying job with benefits and again pursue the American dream that I once knew. We need to bring these jobs back to our country to solve the many of our problems: poverty, the destruction of our family, crimes, gangs. All of it can be reduced with a good paying job. How are we going to give them good paying jobs? Many of you have always asked me, Frank, how are we going to bring these jobs back? They're already gone. Simple. Simple. Elect representatives who was for the American labor. If it took legislation to send these jobs overseas, it will take legislation and a stroke of a pen. 8 years ago, we look around and we see that New York City is doing pretty well. In New York City, we have over 30,000 police officers. God bless them. But there are towns in America that cannot afford police officers, firefighters. They have to volunteer. We need to mobilize the union movement. And how? We need more labor unions. Great representation with honest labor leaders who fight for our needs, our concerns, our hardships, our pains, and most importantly, our children's future. Talk is cheap, and we are not going to listen to politicians anymore. They have to take action. Some say they're going to bring the jobs home. I'm a proven fact here. Since 1999, I've been on this issue. You can ask Mr. Al Mixon, Vice President of the Teamsters organization, passing tax laws that penalize companies from taking these jobs overseas. Rescind the tax incentives from taking these jobs overseas. We need to start passing laws to encourage manufacturing jobs back to the USA. Now, there are 93 million Americans out of the labor force. 93 million Americans. This country was built on industrialization. Industrialization. If I decide I own 3 elevator companies and I'm in the manufacturing businesses, Al Mitchell can tell you, all my guys are Teamsters, but I chose to make it in America. I cannot abandon my countrymen. I cannot abandon my workers. It's true that every one of my workers have a good paying job with health benefits that's not dependent upon the government or outside resources. We have to help the nearly 50 million Americans out of poverty. We have to stop robbing future generations with record debt and deficits. $49 billion of our American dollars to countries who don't support the ideology of American patriotism. If they don't support the ideology of American patriotism, Forget about it. Take that money back and we can use it to generate clean manufacturing plants. Everything I bought today, the speakers, the microphone, the amplifier, I couldn't find anything at Sam's Guitar that was made in America. We need to make America energy independent. This will create jobs, lower the cost of energy, and reduce our independence on important oil and countries that hate us. Now I'm going to talk about something. There's three things I want to talk about: jobs, immigration. We have to control our borders from those who do not respect our laws and sovereignty. That's true. I'm in this for the jobs for every resident in the United States of America. I recommend all 11 million illegals to be registered on a national database with a background check. All those pass the background checks, issue temporary green cards, because we're going to need them. These jobs are coming home. Now, I can only promise you this. We're in 2015. Before the end of this decade, it's going to happen.